So hi, Dr. There we are. We're recording now. So
Yeah.
we're meeting with Dr. Navjot Grewal. She's currently in India, and we are celebrating with her this week because of a positive match results. Congratulations, Navjot. We
Thank
are,
you so much.
yeah, we're over the moon for you, really. And thank you for agreeing to meet us and kind of guide future applicants about your journey and, what type of feedback you might have for them. So can you tell us just a little bit about your background?
So, I'm an international medical graduate from Christian Medical College, Ludhiana, in India. And I graduated in 2019. And this is my first match cycle. And I'm matched in internal medicine.
Wow, congratulations. Would you mind sharing with us where you matched?
I'm matched at St. Michael's Hospital in Newark.
Okay, yes, we were discussing how that's a great community program. You'll have a lot of good hands-on experience, but it's a tough place to be. So the one good thing is once our candidates match, they always can come back to us for any questions or doubts they have during their first year. Um, Also, since this was your first year, why did you seek out like guidance from Residency Success, and how did you find us?
So I think as an IMG, we are so, lost because all of this is so not used to us. We are not used to the system. So I wanted to find the right guidance. And I was of the thinking that if I'm applying first time, I will go all out.
Right.
Um, and like give it my best shot. So I found you through the Facebook group, and I reached out to you because as a fellow doctor, as an attending, I thought I'll get the right kind of advice here.
Okay, I'm so glad you did because I think you are very sort of emotionally intelligent because I think all of you are intelligent, but the emotional intelligence means that you make the right decision to get help at the right time, right? Because we all feel like, hey, I can do this. I'm smart. I can just read 100 blogs or I can look at all YouTube videos and I can definitely get like, feedback from people. And I can do this myself, but what ends up happening is you're doing rotations, you're trying to do your applications, you have questions that no one else can answer, and you spend a lot of hours trying to find out answers to these questions and have people give you the wrong advice, and you end up kind of spinning around in circles and wasting time, right? So isn't it a better use of your time to kind of partner with or get help with someone who's been through it and can easily give you the answers once you start working with us? So I'm glad that you did. And I have to say, you were a very like good candidate in the sense whenever we gave you feedback, you were quick to incorporate it. And I know we spent a lot of time with interview preparation for you. Can you tell us a little bit about that process with us?
Yes, I seeked out help for personal statement, CV, and also for the interview preparation. And it was really good because you helped us one on one as well as connected us with more candidates. And I think that was great because I found a community of people that I could, interact with. We could share each other's doubts and, kind of help each other, plus getting advice from you.
Right. The thing with a well-written personal statement and a CV is that this document is the face of you. So they just see your photo, your profile photo, and they see these documents. This is the way you speak to them. And then they look at it and say, I want to meet this person. I want to interview them and see if they're worth it, right? Because a lot of times when something is written down, um, you don't know that it's not appropriate until someone who has the eyes and has been on an interview committee reads it and they're like, what is this? This is not like appropriate, right? Or they'll say, oh, this person sounds mature. I want to meet them or whatever it is. So I'm glad, that part helped. And it definitely makes a difference. A well-written CV, personal statement. The rest is something we can help, right? Your background, your scores, how you will take your advice. And the thing is, like, I do spend time with you one on one as well as in the group classes to teach you. But I also think it's important for you to practice with people who are also in my program, right? Doing the same thing. Because if you're practicing, let's say, interview skills with somebody outside Residency Success, you're going to pick up bad habits that I don't want you to have. And we keep it kind of a tight-knit community so that you can practice together, share your kind of doubts and have the support that you need. And that's the most important thing. You don't have support. You're in a different country, you're disconnected, time zone is different, you don't know who you can trust. So this is why we really feel like our service kind of helps people like you. Tell me a little bit about whenever you had a question, did you feel like you were supported? Did you email us, text us? How did you get in touch with us?
So initially I emailed, but I did, text you one-on-one and definitely called you. And I do think definitely I was supported each time I had a question, and you definitely responded immediately. And I felt that you were very approachable, that I could really, just text you or call you.
Thanks for that. No, know that I can be tough at the right times, right? I sometimes get frustrated during the interview like prep process or other times where I feel like, oh my God, maybe I'm not being clear about what I'm teaching. Like, come on, you guys should know this by now, right? Because look, you have to become tough at some point. You are going to be in a very tough market. The competition is tough. So not only do your scores matter, the way you speak matters, what you say, what you don't say matters, your body language matters, everything matters. So I was trying to train you guys in a very short time to be what the programs are looking for. So thank you for that feedback. What advice do you think you might give others in your own shoes starting out?
So I would say that during this entire process, there would be like many people who would be ready to give you advice, and there are many services out there. But I would say go and find the right kind of advice, because sometimes bad advice can really damage you. Plus, time is important, your money is important. So do invest it in something that is worth it. And what I really liked about the process with Residency Success is that so the content of the personal statement and the CV was mine, and you guys just helped me dwell upon that. Me, this is appropriate and this is not appropriate. And it's not like there is some approach that this has to be like just like the similar ones. It's definitely personal to me, so I could speak about it in my interviews and I was confident about it. So I guess do that, seek the right kind of advice, and whenever you're applying first cycle, second cycle, go all out, give it your best shot.
Right. No, I absolutely agree, because if you're spending all this money taking your exams and you're spending all this time with this journey, you want to make sure that the home stretch, which is the application process, is seamless, right? Because you don't want to fall on your face at the wrong time. And I think you make a really good point, Navjot, that a lot of people spend money on the wrong things, right? They'll spend money needlessly on whole bunch of rotations right out of the gate, and then their letters are old by the time they apply, or they just don't know that they should be spending more time just making sure their application is really well done before applying, or they're overconfident before their interviews. They're like, oh, I'm a native speaker, or I did so well and I'm a topper in my medical school, so this should be no big deal. But they're overconfident. They don't realize the answers they're given are wrong. And that's where you should really seek out and make sure that you're doing things correctly. So you know how like on UWorld you have self-assessment exams, right? For interviews, you don't have any type of like self-assessment. Nothing is out there. So this is what we really function as an assessment. And especially at this point in the interview season, Match 2021 is done. Now we have 6 months until the next match cycle, right, Navjot? So those people, they have to now regroup, and we offer like application strategy, how we sit down and we look at your whole application and tell you, hey, these are your chances. This is what you have to improve. Let's do this. Let's plan to do this for the next 3 months. And then we tell them, hey, your CV looks good, but your personal statement really needs some work, right? And then we get to work on that. So having someone there kind of like keeping track also helps, because you don't feel so alone. When you're like, oh, I have to work on my personal statement this weekend, and then you like bring up every excuse you can not to work on it, and then last minute, right, you're stressing out. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to put yourself through that unnecessary stress. So tell us a little bit about your future plans, like internal medicine, very competitive, exciting. Where do you see yourself? What's your future plan?
So definitely wanna go for a fellowship. I've not decided which one, but would definitely figure it out. So that is definitely where I'll be going from there.
Right. So the funny thing is, I'm seeing right now, because I would have already yelled at you if you were not employing the residency success techniques in your answers. You're smiling, you're approachable, you're so relaxed, you're not even coming across nervous when you're when you're replying to my answers. And that's really what this whole technique is about, like making like a comprehensive approach and a person to be relaxed when by the time they get into their interviews. In terms of future plans, keep it open, depending on what you have in terms of your mentorship. If you feel like there's something more that you want to do while you're in residency, seek out those people and try to do extra sub-I rotations or electives so that you know. Of course, we're always here. We help people with fellowship applications as well. We also are going to launch a first-year resident mentorship programs to make sure that you stay out of trouble when you're in residency. Because make no mistake, once you step inside that hospital, you're being judged from your first day, okay? Everyone is. It's like a gigantic test until you finish and you're giving your degree. So keeping that in mind, I know you'll work hard, and we're very, very, very proud of you. And stay in touch, and I'm sure the students will have more questions once this comes out. I hope you'll be available to answer them if that's okay. When,
Sure.
yeah, so when do you plan on coming to the US? Like, what's the date that you'll actually arrive?
I think it will be like around first June, first week of June.
Okay, great. Did you get your vaccination yet?
Yes.
Okay, good. So as long as everybody's vaccinated, perhaps the people that are in the area, I will host them for a party, a late match party. So there are a lot of people that match in this area, which is New York and New Jersey. So perhaps we can see each other in person soon. And we really, really thank you for taking the time, to help your colleagues and people, going forward. This will be invaluable advice for them. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much.